cuando estoy a tu lado, dulce bien. Me fascina tu mirada.
Buenas noches, Nueva York. Bienvenidos al Johnny Cruz Show.
Bueno, mi gente, bienvenidos otra semana más a Windows of Latin America, The Johnny Cruz Show, para la mejor salsa a través del canal 67. Y recuerden que estamos en todas las plataformas digitales por todo el mundo. Sintonicen con el número 1 en salsa aquí desde el canal 67 y en todos los canales de acceso público en la ciudad de Nueva York. Gracias por hacernos el número 1.
Bonsoir, Marciac. My name is Oscar Hernadez, and I want to introduce you to these great musicians. On baritone sax and flute, Jorge Castro. On the trombone, on baritone sax and flute, Jorge Castro. On the trombone, Reinaldo Jorge. On the trombone, Doug Beaver. On the trumpet, Hector Colon. On the trumpet, Pete Nader. On the bass, Máximo Rodriguez. On the conga drums, George Delgado. Timbales, Luisito Quintero. Bongos, Jorge González. Carlos Cascante, Marco Bermúdez, Rey de la Paz.
Nuestro director musical en el piano, el señor Oscar Hernadez. Latinos unidos, vamos a celebrar el ritmo del alma, nuestra música. Oye, nuestra música latina seguro te va a gustar. Con la salsa mira del barrio, la rumba ya va a empezar, ya va a empezar. Latinos unidos, vamos a celebrar el ritmo del alma, nuestra música.
Aquí te traigo mi rumba, pa' que tú puedas gozar. Con la hispánica del barrio, todos vamos a guaranchar.
Latinos unidos, vamos a celebrar el ritmo del alma, nuestra música.
Pero qué rico, mi gente, para encender el ambiente. La hispánica del barrio viene a ponerla caliente.
Merci beaucoup, thank you so much, muchas gracias.
Ya salsa brava llegó.
Welcome back to the Johnny Cruz Show. And today our special guest is one of the greatest designers of men's and women's clothing from New York City, my friend Christerfer Cory. Christerfer, a pleasure to have you here.
Always a pleasure to see you, brother.
Well, as you can see,
I
we
appreciate
represent
it.
CKC of New York.
And I appreciate you wearing it well.
But my audience wants to know a little bit about Christerfer Cory.
A little bit.
Yes, please. Feel free.
Born and raised here in the city of Manhattan, lived to tell about it. And I originally started in real estate.
Oh, look at that.
And I own my own real estate company for roughly 25 years. And during the time that I had my clients, you spend so much time with them,
Right.
you get involved in their lives. They would always ask me, where do you get your clothes? So I would take them shopping, and then
Okay.
it became sort of a styling service.
Uh-huh.
And I did that for a number of years, and then when I had a person who had like a difficult fit, it was hard for them to buy stuff off the rack.
Of course.
I would take them to my tailor, Carl, who you know, and him and his dad have had a tailor shop for about 48 years. And they had always made my clothes, and I was always like creating different things with them. And then what happened was social media came along. And
Tell us about it.
One of the
Tell us about it.
One of the young guys who works for me said, hey, Grandpa, you're not on any kind of social media whatsoever. And I was happy about that. I was not looking to be on social media.
Okay.
I was good working under the radar.
Sure.
But as times changed, here we are in this day and age, as he explained to me, and young people are way ahead of the game on this. He said, if you're going to be in business, you got to be on some social media.
Definitely. These
So
days,
Instagram is literally the vehicle in which we built our business.
yes. Okay.
Because what happened was young guys would come into the tailor shop after we started posting stuff on Instagram. And they would come into Carl and his dad and say, hey, you made him this. Can you make me this?
Okay.
And within a couple of months, it literally,
Blew up.
unbelievably so. Other than my sister and 4 friends, I was shocked that anybody followed me. But they did, and it took on a life of its own. And here we are.
Yeah. So how did you get involved on designing?
It really
And
stemmed.
when was the first time?
It really stemmed from that. Carl, my business partner and the
Right.
tailor, called me one day, and he said, "Listen, man, these people are coming in left and right now with you on the phone, and they love the style and whatever. Why don't you design a small collection, and we'll sell it here right out of my dad's and his shop?" And I said, yeah, I could do that, no problem. That it was easy. We designed like a small collection, and that one small collection literally
Blew up.
yeah, very much so. Far beyond our wildest expectations. Because what you don't understand is something like social media. You think it's local, right? The people
Of course.
in NYC know you, or the surrounding areas, but it's global.
Definitely, yes.
And when something is global like that, you can't comprehend the reach. So we were getting calls from Dubai and Switzerland and
Nice.
London and from all over the world. So we said, hey, let's give this a shot. And, we've been super fortunate.
So when did you start designing?
This happened probably about 5 years ago,
Okay.
about 4.5, 5 years ago. And then through a fluke set of circumstances, a space became available in Manhattan.
Right.
And we weren't looking to open a retail store or anything like that, especially at that time. It was sort of the retail apocalypse here in New York. Stores were closing left and
Sure.
right. Everybody was doing everything online. We're like, no, we're not opening a store, no way, no how. But we walked into the space, and it was an old tailor shop to
Right.
begin with for many, many years. And you felt the tradition, and you felt the sort of family atmosphere.
Definitely, yes.
And so we were sort of enamored with that, and we said, hey, it makes no sense on paper at all. Let's do it. Because that's pretty much how we run our business.
And
If it makes no sense at all, we're in.
You got to go.
So
And that's how you created CKC of New York.
Absolutely. Carl and I decided, if we're going to do this, let's go all in.
Definitely, yeah.
And that's what we did. And, we've been very fortunate.
That's really good. So did you go to fashion school?
I did not.
Oh, that's pretty amazing,
I
though.
really, everything that I do is very instinctual.
Okay.
It just has a look that's right to me. I did go to art school. When I first got out, I thought about either doing interior design or graphic design. So I was always sort of creative in that way. But I never thought clothing would be the avenue that I would take. But,
It happened.
it happens, and here
It
we are.
happened.
Yeah.
And so you've been together with Carl now for about 5 years?
Well, I've known Carl, almost 20 years.
Oh,
but
20 years.
we've been friends for almost 20 years. But now, we're in business and joined at the hip for the past, I would say, 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Carl is the best. Carl,
best.
We balance each other out
Yes,
really well.
that's important, especially in partners. yeah.
Absolutely. It's in its own way, it's a marriage, and he's a cowboy, and I'm sort of even keeled, and between the two of us, we make one normal person.
So who is your inspiration in the designing world?
Honestly,
Or one
I
of
don't
them?
know if I have one inspiration. I'm inspired by life, the things that are going on in the world. As people start to get more sort of casual and sloppy, we start going the other way. We become more formal, and not from an aesthetic point of view, and just because you want to look good, which I do feel like if you look your best, you put out a different energy
Oh, definitely.
out there, and opportunities open up for you that wouldn't otherwise.
Yes.
It's not so much that, it's sort of what it represents. Dressing well, whether you're a man or a woman, it sort of represents good manners and your respect to the world and whoever it is you're sitting with. And we're sort of lacking that in today's world. So
Definitely,
I
yeah.
feel like the more we can contribute to that, the better the overall world becomes.
Oh, of course. How would you define your personal style?
My personal style, I would say, is very all over the map because I dress for how I feel.
Right.
And generally, it can be more casual or it can be more formal. But most important, it has to be authentic to you. It has to be a representation of you. Otherwise, you just become a mannequin that's, following a trend or trying to be something that you're not. It has to be authentic to you to bring out the best of what you represent. And that's where I think opportunities and doors open for you that wouldn't normally if you're trying to be something that you're not, because then you give off a different kind of energy. So for me, I mean, these are my pajamas, I'll sleep in it, I'll eat in it. If we get the right kind of fabric, I'll shower in it. It doesn't really matter. This is just who I am. It's how I'm most comfortable.
I'm curious. So this style of suits, where did you come from?
I would say I'm very influenced by the look of old Hollywood, old classic Hollywood. I would say if you took any of the stars of the 30s, 40s, 50s, and you put them on the streets of New York today, they would look as good or better than anyone you've ever seen
I agree with you.
in current life. I mean, they just, it's the quintessential term timeless.
Yes.
It transcends time. You could put them 20 years into the future now, they still look good. So I'm very influenced by that because I think men look like men and women look like women, and it was very sort of the best version of both. Men looked sort of heroic and at their best, and women had a lot of curve and a lot of line. And
Classic.
It's classic, and it's the very definition of classic, I think.
So as you can see, this is a design suit from Christerfer Cory. Christerfer, so give him the information where they could reach you.
We have a shop located here in Manhattan at 27 West 55th Street, which is between 5th and 6th Avenue here in Manhattan. You can reach us there, or you can reach us at ckcny.com.
Excellent. Anything else would you like to add to this?
No, my brother. I'm honored to be here, and
It's a pleasure to have you here.
I'm glad we got together.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
And you too, my brother.
Thank you. Bueno, no se mueva nadie, que continuamos con el show de Johnny Cruz con más información didáctica Muchas cosas interesantes, mi gente.
Oye, vaya Maximiliano, el fin del barrio y algo familia. Qué bello es poder cantar música de nuestra tierra, con ese toque especial que nos distingue en todo lugar. Es nuestro deber hacer honor a la tradición, con ritmos alegres reviviendo el corazón. Nuestra música, qué preciosa es, derroche de sentimiento, cadencia y mucho sabor. Esta canción se la brindamos de corazón, porque es el mejor ejemplo de nuestra verdad. Qué bello es poder tocar sentimientos tan profundos. Cuando llevo mi canción por todas partes del mundo, orgulloso me siento porque el mensaje sí les llegó. Y el público alegre enseguida contestó. Nuestra música, qué preciosa es, derroche de sentimiento, ya usted lo ve. Esta canción para siempre contigo estará, porque es el mejor ejemplo de nuestra verdad. Chácalo bonito, pa'lante piedra fina. Ajá. Suavecito.
explicar qué es lo que pasa con esa gente de París, de aquí de Francia, de Marciac, que se levantan y bailen con nosotros. Dice así. ¿Qué es lo que tiene ese negro que cuando llega una fiesta enseguida de formar una rumba, un guaguancó? ¿Será que lleva en el alma el sonido de un tambor? Que cuando el tambor repica se oye el sonar de una voz. Que cuando el tambor repica se oye el sonar de una voz. Negro saco, piel canela dice. Si es que lo lleva en la sangre, ay, la gente me pregunta, porque al cantar ese negro, el son se viste de traje. Negro con su piel canela, tiene sabor a mela. El negro tiene candela, el negro tiene tumbao, el negro tiene candela, tiene tumbao. Ay.
Tiene candela, el negro tiene candela.
Pero que viene pregonando pa' aquí, pero que viene pregonando pa' allá, y ese negro es candela.
Tiene candela, el negro tiene candela.
¿Qué será, qué será, qué será, qué será? Que tiene el negro que envenena.
Tiene candela, el negro tiene candela.
Oye, que ese negro está sabroso y pone a gozar a
Tiene
Manuela,
candela, el negro tiene candela.
con su sabor bien afincao, pero que mira tremendo sabor a melao.
Tiene candela, el negro tiene candela.
Y el negro tiene candela, y el negro tiene un tumbao. Charararairaray. Pero qué rico que dice así. Tiene candela, el negro tiene candela. Ay, ese negro.
Tiene candela, el negro tiene candela.
Y todo el mundo lo sabe, que el negro tiene candela y tiene clave.
Tiene candela, el negro tiene candela.
Se le encuentra por donde quiera, mira con su tumbaíto, cantando los sabrositos.
Tiene candela, el negro tiene candela.
Ese negro tiene un tumbao, y ese negro tiene melao, y yo lo sé. Camina. Oye, y todo el mundo dice, cámara. Ay, el negro tiene candela,
El negro tiene su tumba,
y humildemente agradezco por la escuela que me han
el
dado.
negro tiene su tumba,
Cantando quiero decirte que yo nunca me
el
olvidé.
negro tiene su tumba,
Del negro venimos de ahí, como tú nadie lo ha
el
visto.
negro tiene su tumba,
Y en cada nota que suena, pide el conde la
el
puso
negro
buena.
tiene su tumba,
Cuando Maelo cantaba, cantaba de esa
El
manera, y
negro
ese
tiene su
negro está
tumba.
inspirado. Pero qué rico que tiene, sabor a melao, ya
el
tú
negro
verás.
tiene su tumba.
Y el negro tiene candela.
Vamos todo el mundo con las manos arriba.
cintura, con sabor a salsa dura, agradable al paladar.
Ya la orquesta comenzó y viene dura, ya la gente comienza a llegar, es un ritmo con sabor a salsa dura, agradable para el paladar.
Ya llegó para quedarse, eso lo dice la gente que me sigue a todas partes. Sabor, tradición
salsa brava llegó. Ok, vamos a ver, todo el mundo con las palmas.
Put your hands together, everybody. Put your hands together. Here we go. Here we go. Show me your love. Show me your love.
La cosa, qué chévere. Que se oiga bien fuerte, lindo. La cosa, vaya Marcial. En el tiempo del Palladium se tocaba con más variedad.
¡A bailar!
Se bailaban todos los ritmos, la guaracha y el guapachá. Me cantaban esos lindos boleros y gozaban el guaguancó. Son montuno, bomba y plena, y qué sabroso el cha-cha-cha. En el tiempo del Palladium se tocaba con más variedad. Se bailaban todos los ritmos, la guaracha y el guapachá. Con cariño y nostalgia ofrecemos esta canción. Vete y saca ya tu pareja, vamos a gozar este rico son. Vaya. ¡Qué rico, Marcia! Para bailar sabroso, vengo con mi son criollo. Sabroso, vengo con mi son criollo. Pita, cañón, pita. Vamos, mi gente, vamos, Francia. Para bailar sabroso, vengo con mi son criollo. Este son tradicional que hoy yo te vengo a inspirar. Me sale del alma mi hermano y es criollo de verdad. Para bailar sabroso, vengo con mi son criollo. Se tocaba en aquel tiempo, se gozaba de verdad, se bailaba con cadencia este rico guapachá. Para bailar sabroso, vengo con mi son criollo. Yo sé que te está gustando y no te
llegado a la conclusión del show de Johnny Cruz, las ventanas de Latinoamérica. Les quiero dar las gracias a toda esa gente linda que nos ve toda la semana por hacernos el número 1 en salsa a través de cable en toda la ciudad de Nueva York y en todas las redes y las plataformas digitales. Sintonicen con el show de Johnny Cruz. Nos vemos en la semana que viene. Que Dios me los bendiga.